reviewing a bunch of movies in 2013. We have now come to the end of the year where I picked my top 10 best movies of 2013. Let me just tell you guys right away, this was not easy at all. It really was not. Because I saw so many movies in 2013 that I really, really loved, and if I had to, I would pick like a top 20 or something, but I can't do that, so I do have a lot of honorable mentions here that I do want to talk about, and there are a lot of honorable mentions, and I'm sorry for there being so many honorable mentions, but there's so many honorable mentions because there were so many great movies I saw, and let me just say that I did not see every movie in 2015. In fact, there is a movie that I was going to review, and I'm probably still going to, Jobs. I have not seen this yet, but it might crack my top 10 list. However, what I am going to do is I'm going to be doing an updated top 10 list like I did last year. Difference this year, though, unless I think that movie makes that top 10 list, I will not be reviewing it. If it's some little silly movie, like I don't think it's going to make my top 10 list at all, then I will not review it to you. I will not, because I don't think it'll make my top 10 list, so there's going to be no reason to review it because nobody will care. So, let's first get to the honorable mentions, and by the way, I want to do this top 10 list now, because a lot of people are putting theirs out, and I don't want to be like the last one to put theirs out, so I'm doing it now, so it's out. Alright, so here are my honorable mentions, and there are a lot, guys. Really, there are a lot of honorable mentions, so I'm sorry for that. First honorable mention we have is We Are the Millers, most recent movie I reviewed. Really fun movie, loved it a lot, but didn't make the top 10. Another really fun movie, The Sapphires. I really enjoyed this one. In fact, a couple months ago, I would have said, yeah, this wouldn't make my top 10, but there were just some other stronger movies, so this didn't make my top 10. Star Trek Into Darkness, one of the most fun summer movies of the year. Definitely, like, one of the best of the summer movies, but just did not make my list because there were other movies. Insidious Chapter 2. This one did not make my list either because there were just some really strong horror movies this year. In fact, this was a great year for horror movies, so any of the horror movies I saw this year, meaning minus Mama, I think Mama was just okay, Evil Dead, Curse of Chucky, Carrie, any of those are honorable mentions because they were all really, really great. Next one is Elysium, which I really did want to make my top 10. This would definitely be there. Now this next one, and I really wanted this one to make my top 10. This was the one where I'm like, gotta put it on the list. But I ultimately did not put this on the list, and that's The World's End. I really wanted to put this one on the list, but I could not because I couldn't. I couldn't have two comedy films on the list, so unfortunately this was not on the list. And the same with the to-do list. I wanted to put all three of these films on the list. I really did. I thought all these films should be on the list, and I couldn't. However, I think this one would probably be number 11 because I really did want to put this one on the list. In fact, I watched it again a couple days ago, and I really enjoyed it. So The World's End would definitely be, like, number 11. So now, here we go. The top 10 films of 2013. Starting off with number 10, as I said, this was a very strong year for horror films. I think this was by far one of the best years I have seen for horror films. Personally, I think definitely it was a much stronger year than last year. Last year we had some good ones, but then we had some really bad ones as well. This year we had a really strong year for horror movies. The only horror movie I did not get a chance to see is You're Next. I am going to watch that. However, I don't think anything is going to come in competition with this, and that is The Conjuring. Number 10 is The Conjuring. It was just a really, really great horror movie. Truly, it is pretty scary, actually. There are some things in this movie that are kind of scary. There were some scenes here where that did make me jump, so I definitely... By the way, Carrie was another one that I really wanted to put on this list, but I didn't put it on because I didn't think people would be happy if I did. I got put on, but I didn't put it on the list. I put The Conjuring on the list because I just think that it was definitely the best horror film of the year, especially when a horror film can scare you. It does its job, and there has been no horror movie that's ever scared me in my life. This one, however, did. So The Conjuring gets number 10 because it did scare me. So The Conjuring is number 10. Number 9. Number 9 is a film that I really love. loved watching. I really love this film. It was such a great lesson to it. It just had so many great lessons, and I think it's a film that I said before in my review, they should definitely show it in schools. The Place Beyond the Pines. The Place Beyond the Pines was such a great film. You guys can watch my review for this. In fact, I will put all of my reviews for these films in the description below so you guys can see them. But this movie was just so good. It was so, just so different from any other movie I've seen. I definitely, as I said, I do think it is a movie they should show in schools, you know, to kids who, like, do drugs, so kids don't end up doing drugs or things like that. Or, like, what, because there's no character in this movie who's, like, completely perfect. Every character makes some sort of bad decision that affects them later in their life, and definitely this movie definitely shows that. So Place Beyond the Pines is definitely number 9. If you guys have not seen it, definitely check it out because it's an amazing movie. Number 8. Number 8 is Prisoners. Prisoners is another one of the most recent movies I've seen this year, and I absolutely love Prisoners. I thought Prisoners was just such an inventive, such a dark, depressing, disturbing film. And I know a lot of people say they don't want to watch it back again. And that's what's so great about it. The performances are so great. And Hugh Jackman definitely should get nominated. He's probably going to get snubbed, but he's not going to, you know, get nominated. But I do want him to get nominated, but he's probably not. However, this was a really great movie. I enjoyed myself a lot during Prisoners, and not really enjoyed myself a lot. To say I enjoyed myself is not a good thing. I didn't really enjoy myself watching it. I thought it was a really great movie, and I it was really great, and I really loved Prisoners. I thought it was a great film, and what makes it so good is that it's so disturbing, but everything was perfect about it. It really was a great film. You guys definitely need to see because it is fantastic. Number 7. Number 7 is by far the funniest film of the year. The World's End is definitely the second funniest. Lord of the Miller is the third funniest. The To-Do List, the fourth funniest. However, when I look back, I really could not think of a funnier film. Each funny movie I'm watching, like, was that funnier than this? Was that funnier than this? And that was This Is the End. Just as I was watching each comedy this year, I kept thinking, so was The World's End funnier than This Is the End? Was the To-Do List funnier than This Is the End? And the ultimate thing was, no, none of them were funnier than This Is the End. This Is the End is just absolutely hilarious. There are so many funny scenes in this movie, so many shenanigans in this movie. Also, the cast works so great together. These 5 specifically, no, the 6 of them. The 6 of them definitely worked the best, and they were all really great. Michael Cera, you know, had a great supporting role, and so did Emma Watson. Definitely, though, it's one of the funniest movies I think I've ever seen in my life, just like 21 Jump Street last year. I know I said that about 21 Jump Street last year, but it really is one of the funniest films I've ever seen. It really is a great film. It's such a funny movie. If you guys have not seen it yet, This Is the End is by far one of the best films. I mean, definitely with the funniest film of the year. Just check it out now because it is fantastic. This Is the End gets number 7. Number 6. Number 6 is another really fun film that I enjoyed watching, and that was The Way Back. This film, you know, I went through a lot of different emotions with this movie. I had a lot of fun watching it, but I also, you know, felt really bad for this kid, Duncan. For a while, he didn't really have anyone who supported him. However, I love Sam Rockwell's character. I think Sam Rockwell, as I said, he stole the movie from everybody. I said that when I reviewed it, and I will say that he did steal from everybody. And it is a fantastic movie, and it definitely is one of my favorite summer movies. It ultimately is, it's a great way of showing summer. It's a great movie to watch during the summer, and it just puts you in a great mood. Definitely the end of the movie puts you in a great mood, and it was a really fun movie, so Way Back definitely is number 6. That's a great movie. Number 5, by far my favorite summer movie of the year. I know a lot of people absolutely despise this movie. I absolutely loved it, though. I thought it was such a great movie, and that was Kick-Ass 2. Kick-Ass 2 is just such a great summer movie, in my opinion. I watched this again, on Christmas Day is when I watched it. I watched it again on Christmas Day, and I loved it so much. I really love the sequel. In fact, I think it's a better movie than the first one. I do think Kick-Ass 2 is better than the first. I know I'm one of the few, I'm probably one of the few people to say that, but I will say that it is better than the first. I just like the way that they focused more on Kick-Ass and Hit Girl, the way they, divided their stories was really great. And also, Christopher Mintz-Plasse as as the motherfucker, he was also really great in this movie, and I thought that everyone was just fantastic in this movie. Just one of the most fun films I've seen all year. Had a lot of fun watching it. And also Jim Carrey. You can't forget Colonel Stars and Stripes. So definitely Kick-Ass 2, number 5. He was so great. Number 4, a lot of you are going to be surprised that this is only number 4 on the list because I love this movie so much. In fact, for a while, this was my number 1, but after watching a few of these back, which I did watch some of these back, I thought, you know what, this one really does not deserve number 1, but it does deserve my number 4, and that is What Maisie Knew. What Maisie Knew was such a great film. However, I don't think anybody saw this movie. This is not anybody's top 10 list, and it should be getting tons of Golden Globe nominations right now, because these 3 right here gave some of the best performances of the whole year. Julianne Moore, Onita, especially this little girl here, Onita April. I mean, the whole movie is shown through her eyes, and yeah, I know the movie can get a little depressing, but it has a really nice ending, and I really just love this movie so much. If you guys have not seen it already, What Maisie Knew, check it out. It's not a movie a lot of people have seen, but if you're a little, leery on getting it, or if you think, that sounds like a good movie, get it because it is fantastic. So What Maisie Knew is number 4. Number 3 is a movie that I don't have on DVD yet because it's not out on DVD yet, and that is The Hunger Games: Catching Fire. That was just such a fun movie to watch. Definitely a really great sequel, just the definition of a great sequel, and by far the best action movie of the year. I think also, it's not really just an action movie, it's also a drama movie, but I think it was definitely one of the best action movie I've seen all year. It was so good. It was also, I also love the twists in the movie, and that's one of the reasons why it's so much higher on the list. Last year I put The Hunger Games on the list, but then I took it off on the updated list. This year, however, it's going to stay on that updated list because it is a fantastic film. So Hunger Games: Catching Fire definitely is number 3 because it is a great film. Number 2 is a movie that you might be shocked it's number 2, but I've seen so many people put this so high on their list I had to. Number 2 is Mud. Mud was a fantastic movie, in my opinion. It's such an original concept. Matthew McConaughey, Ty Sheridan, Sam Shepard, Reese Witherspoon, everyone did a great job in this movie. And just if you have not seen this movie already, just check it out now. And my number 1 movie of 2013, you guys are going to be a little upset probably, but my number 1 movie of 2013 is Frozen. Yes, Frozen is my number 1. And I know what you're saying. Frozen? Why is Frozen your number 1? Mud is number 2, okay? Just get over it. Again, I have not seen Gravity, I have not seen 12 Years a Slave, I have not seen Saving Mr. Banks, I have not seen any of those really big movies yet, so that's why Frozen number 1. I'm sure when I see those movies, Frozen is going to get lowered a little bit, but Frozen was such an effective movie for me. I think the songs were amazing, the cast was perfect, it was just such a great movie, and it really made me feel something. There were a lot of movies this year that made me feel something. However, Frozen was just so good because it was everything I wanted it to be. It had great music, great emotion, it had action, it had comedy. It really had everything you could have in a perfect movie, and definitely just such a great movie. By far the best animated movie of the year, and I loved it so much. So those are my top 10 movies of 2013, and I know those, I think this is actually a much better list than the one I did last year. The thing is that I didn't see as many last year. However, this year I was able to see a lot more. I'm very proud of myself for that. Now, as I said, I will be doing an updated top 10 list. The only difference is I'm only going to be reviewing the films that I think are going to be on that updated top 10 list. If it's just a little movie, I won't be putting it on that list. I think the first one I'll be reviewing is Jobs, because I do want to see this movie, and I do think it might have made this top 10 list. However, I feel that I think these top 10 are the ones I have right now. So yeah, that's it for my top 10 list. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think of the list. Did I leave your favorite out? I hope I didn't. Again, I did not see Gravity, 12 Years a Slave, or Saving Mr. Banks, or American Hustle, or anything like that. But that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys for more movie reviews next year. So see you then. Bye.